So I'm on a road trip, and I'm traveling through Kentucky. I'm about 20 miles west of Lexington right now, and I'm on the banks of the Kentucky River because I'm here to learn and talk about a great American invention that we all know is bourbon. And every great batch of bourbon starts with water from this river. Now, up the road is a three-generational family called the Russells. And for the last 62 years, they have unapologetically been distilling a little bourbon that we all know as Wild Turkey. So, why am I here? The folks at Wild Turkey came to me a few years ago to be the celebrity spokesman for their brand and their new campaign. And I really liked the idea. But the more I thought about it, I said, look, I want to be more than just the face in the campaign. I want to have my hands in the clay of how we tell a story. And I want to be a part of the whole story, not just the character in it. So this is my new gig, creative director of the new Wild Turkey campaign. So we're talking about lessons you learned from your dad.
So when I was growing up, it wasn't something he really told me, but just his work ethic. Yeah. He's been coming out here 6 or 7 days a week for 62 years, doing it the right way, and just, you know, be proud of that.
So what's this thing you hear? Bourbon's over 200 years old. It's an American invention. We created it, created the entire category. The Russells, the family, they've been doing it their way for 62 years, and they're not going to change that. That's something I respect. Here we are in front of the Lazy Susan here in the sensory lab.
For me, this is the art of it. I want it all to taste the same at that point before it goes in the barrel. And then the great part about my job is tasting the different barrels and getting the different flavors to make each one of our products.
So who's got the best taste buds?
At 82, I'd still put Jimmy
really
up
good
against anybody.
He's really good.
We're talking about you.
Well, hey, what's going on now?
We're talking about who's got the best taste buds. Bruce says he does.
All right.
The more you talk about bourbon today, it's like you're talking about your children.
I've never worked a day in my life. To me, it's not work. It's something I enjoy. The day it's work, getting up and come to work, it's time to retire.
Time to retire.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you this. Have you got any kind of secret stash in here?
I've got some bourbon was made and bottled for Prohibition.
Okay.
Not much of it left.
You've made that last quite a bit of time.
I don't let have a lot of people have tasted it.
I appreciate it.
See what you think of that.
Oh, that's real nice. Well, I feel like I just got a little wiser. We're in a time now where bourbon is booming, and the masses are asking for authentic bourbon, not bourbon light. And who's sitting here, unintroduced to many? Wild Turkey. This is an 07.
This is 2007, about 8.5 years old. Sort of the sweet spot.
This was my favorite stop last time.
Oh yeah, they're always my favorite too. So just use my old copper thief. A little sample for everybody.
So 3 generations. What was there a time, do you remember a time when your dad didn't necessarily hand over the reins, but said, here, son, grab a hold of the leather straps?
It hadn't happened yet.
But
why do you think he's still here?
So you're still in the caboose. Okay. Wild Turkey's an all-American brand. It's an all-American family. And they're just good people. This bottle here is the same shape as one I tried in your granddad's office.
Yeah, so
it was
during Prohibition, you
Prohibition.
could still make whiskey
Okay.
and sell whiskey, but only for medicinal purposes.
That's a nice loophole.
Yeah, and so, if you had a broken foot or a headache or the sniffles, you get some whiskey. Exactly, yeah.
Okay.
Jimmy always said, he said, if you were smart, you'd cough every day.
What do we have here, sir?
We have our old standard 101, about 7.5 to 8-year-old wild turkey bourbon. That's what built the company. It still is our #1 seller.
Good to taste the original, good to talk to the original.
Thank you.
I was telling your dad, I was here last time, and that view, sometimes views just stick in your mind. You got the postcard in your head. That one's pretty much stuck with me.
Yeah, it is.
I like that. I found a story here in Kentucky. Found a story here in the Russells. Found a story here in Wild Turkey that I think deserves to be told. I find it entertaining. I find it inspiring. We're not going to be for everybody, and that's okay, you know. If we're for you, you'll know. And as Jimmy says, hey, if this doesn't work, we're going to be stuck with a whole hell of a lot of bourbon. And there's worse things to be stuck with.